Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. Again, I might be wanting to use it for stuff, so... No, I'm not going to get rid of that one. This one here, 17,000, we'll end up getting a bit more than that because we're going to drive it down to the shop, so that'll put us into a little bit of positive money. So tempting to sell that one. Although, as soon as we buy another field, we're going to want it back again, so it's kind of not something that we want to do. I've got these sheds right here, so that's the two machinery sheds here in the yard, plus the farm garage one as well. And then we've got our seed, fertilizer. The guest house is 750. That's not very much. I'm not selling my guest house and then having it taken apart. But the chicken coop right there. That's the one I'm seriously considering selling. Now, we did actually have a chicken coop in FS13. So you had it there and then you used to go in. I remember now collecting the eggs. A few people told me that, yeah, you did have that one in there. You used to go in there, collect the eggs, yada, yada, yada. I'm seriously considering selling that. That's $2,000 that we could get from that. 2,000 euros, sorry. 2,000's a lot of money. Right? We could get some decent cash from that. That would be all right. I wouldn't mind having that. Let's just unhitch that there. We want to go over and we want to grab this one. We're going to drive this one down to the shop. Now, of course, I do need to get more money. This is the issue that I've got. And if we go to the bank, my 200,000 was the loan that we were able to get, wasn't it? But I am actually able to get more loan than that. I'm tempted to, like, get more loan. That's what I'm tempted to do. I'm tempted to go for more than the 200,000 that I've got right now. And sort of use that to make the difference. Don't know. We'll see what we get for this one. 17,000 if I sell it direct. So I'm definitely going to be getting a bit more than that. But I don't think I'm going to get enough to be able to go and lease something. And this is the problem. I'm a couple of grand short. So I'm thinking that maybe we should just ignore the whole $200,000 loan limit that we had in FS13. Mainly because, you know, a few people did say, oh yes, you had your loan limit. But, I mean, I had a mod that I got pretty early on that allowed me to increase the amount of loan that I took out. That was something that was one of the first sort of mods that I got, was a bigger loan. But if I go into here, ooh, 20,000 there, 20,930. If I repair that for 64, yes, and I get 21,007. So I do get slightly more if you repair it all. There we go. $21,000. That gives me euros, 3,000 euros. Right. Let's have a look. Am I going to be able to do this without... That one there is 23,000 capacity. The one that I was using was this one, which is 24,000 capacity. So that had a higher capacity, but slower in-field speed. We got that one there, which is 52,000 litre capacity. It's 56,000. Requires only 52,000 litres. That's a lot of money. Yeah, that's... Why is that so big? That's just because the mod has been, like, expanded, I think. You got the Stevie one there that goes up to 90,000, but that requires a bigger tractor than I've got. So that one there is similar to this. So this is a CFS. That's 46,023 there. This is one that I've used quite a bit. It's 34,000. It does 20k in the field. I like this one. I have used this one quite a bit. It's a nice little step up from the bottom one. And I'm looking at this one over here. 52,700. That seems excessive. Oh! It's not excessive. This is kind of an older style. You look at it. This definitely seems like an older style one. If I go in here and I go down to that one there. Oh no. It's much the same. There isn't a great deal of difference in them. So that's 46,000. This one over here. I'm liking this. I'm thinking this might be the one. To lease is 2,800. I'm just able to do that. Configuration I've got standard capacity is 51,000. Capacity of 31,000. Wait, seriously? It costs more to have... Is that an error? That's gotta be an error. No. No, I don't think it is. Unless I've modified it or something. I'm not quite sure. I got wide tires on there. Ideally, you would want wide tires, I think. Standard, wides. There's two different sorts of wides, that's why. Those are two without good gravy. They're expensive. But I mean, you would want wide. Yeah, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. You know, I'm gonna try this one. It's big, 52,700. Okay, I'm hoping that we've got enough on this one. I've leased it. It's right there. Big capacity. I'm looking at the wheels and everything on that. It looks pretty good. Let's try it. Let's see what we can do. 52. It does say 52,700. I reckon we could be onto a winner with this one. This could be just what I'm after. This is kind of a Stevie mod. It's like, there's definitely more capacity on here than there technically should be, I suppose, or... I mean, he's quite long. I do think that there is more capacity on here than technically it should have. And I got 195 euros left. I'm going to go and do the small field. We'll start off with this one, and we'll see what we'll see what this is like. Because then we can see what this is like for maneuverability as well. Because I got a feeling that this one may not be able to do the twists and turns quite as well as I would like. Well, actually, so far so good. And he's doing 20k as well. This is the important thing, is it's doing 20k across the field. What's he like with width of pickup? That's something that always irritates me, is when the width of pickup is too small. But the width of pickup right there... Okay, it didn't get the little bit that was like stuck out to the side, so the width of the pickup on this one may be a little bit smaller than I'm hoping for. I'll do a test in a minute. I'm going to just... It got all of that bit there on the side. Why it didn't get the other bit. We'll do it. We'll go sideways across a couple of the runs in a minute, just to get a brief. We'll check it right here. This is where we check it. Right. Ah. No, that's actually about right. That's kind of what I'd like to see. You know, it sticks out a bit out each side, but not so excessive that you sort of think, well, that's... It doesn't break the realism completely, but at the same time, it's useful enough that if your combine and stuff has been doing, like, having a little bit of a hissy fit and throwing stuff everywhere, you can quickly go back over and you can put things right with it. And that seems to be what's happened right here. How much are we going to get for this straw? I want to know a minute. I want to find out. What have we got? We are 116. That's not too bad. 116 per 1,000 litres. Over 100 per 1,000 litres. We're gonna... That's actually quite a bit, isn't it? 100 for 10,000 would be 1,000. We're gonna get over 5 grand a load. Close to 6 that with 116 with 52,700. We're going to be getting close to 6,000 euros per load on this, which means that we'll be able to start correcting some of our financial woes with just the straw that we pick up. It does depend a little bit on how much straw we're able to pick up, but I'm confident that we can get a reasonable amount. It'd be interesting to see how much we get off of here. As I already said, look, we had at least 10,000 litres of grain off of here, so we don't know exactly how much, so let's just make the assumption that we've got a straight 10,000 litres of grain. And we're looking for a minimum of 1,250 for selling wheat. We're not going to sell wheat for less than 1,250. So if we say 1250, if we say that we're going to get 1250 for it, for our 10,000, that's 12,500, plus whatever we get for the straw for this little bit here. So as soon as I've gathered up this straw, I will sell it in the shop, right over there at the barn, and then we can get a good estimate of what this field is going to get us in one single harvest. Now, obviously, that's not the complete picture, because you do have to take into account costs of seed and labor and stuff like that. So, yeah, there are a few expenses to come out of it, but, you know, that's not too shabby. I mean, 12,500 just from this little patch. I'd say that was quite reasonable, to be honest. You know, that's not something that I'm going to complain about too bitterly. I think that's quite acceptable. Curious how much I'm going to get here. Guessing we'll be close to 40,000 litres of straw coming off of this field, by how much we've done so far. There's a lot of twists and turns on this, which means that we are leaving little bits behind there on the ends, but we'll soon go back and pick those up again afterwards. So if I just go and sort of gather that like that, and then I go around, yeah, 30,000 at the moment. So if we're looking at 40,000 litres of straw, we could be pulling in close to $4,500 from that. Euros. It's because I've been saying dollars all the time. I'm used to saying dollars constantly on this. So if we get 4.5, we've already got our 12.5. That's 13. It's $17,000. 17,000 euros. Euros. 17,000 euros from just this little tiny field. I'd say that was pretty good. I think that is actually quite acceptable. I mean, yes, we are on easy economy settings, which does sort of help a little bit. You know, if you're going to make a fortune out of a field this size, then easy economy that definitely does help a bit. I'm curious what we'd get if it was on the hard economy setting. Hard economy setting would... I don't know what the prices are for that. I don't actually have a clue what the prices are for that. I think wheat and barley and so on, you're looking at is it 400, maybe 500? Is it half what you get for the easy? It's like normal set at like 3/4 and hard set on half, or is it less than that even? I'm not quite sure. Someone will let me know in the comments section sort of roughly what you'd get for a good price for wheat on hard economy. I've probably got it written down somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where. That's I do have some stuff. 675. I can see a number for barley at 675, but I think that's 1.5 times rather than hard difficulty. I think it's hard difficulty plus 0.5 as well. So I'm not quite... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that number is. I can't remember now. It was a long time ago. Now then, bring you on round here. We have 41,400 litres of straw right in here. We're assuming 12,500 for wheat, for the actual grain. And we're going to tip all of this out right here. There we go, in your own time. It is taking us a while to pick it up, but the amount of money that we're getting from picking it up definitely makes it seem like it's worthwhile. I'm thinking that it would be worthwhile going and getting a rake and just setting a hired help with the rake in the field. 4,800. So, yeah, roughly 1,700 euros from that little patch over there. Roughly 1,700 euros is going to come in from that. Now, I'm going to... What am I doing? I'm going to unhitch that one. 5,000 is enough to go and lease another machine. Not enough to buy it, but the whole only buying thing has temporarily gone out the window because I want to be able to speed this up. I want to be able to do this reasonably quickly. The only other option we've got is to get some more unrealistic mods and have it... I'm thinking really, like the forage wagon that I've got, keep that one, but if I tweak the file a bit, and instead of having 50,000 litres, well, no, not the capacity, tweak speed, tweak field speed. If I was to tweak that up from 20 to, say, 25, you know, we'd rollick along quite nicely then. That would be quite good. 9.3 metres. The combine itself, the headers that we're using are those power stream there. They are 5 meters wide, so that's actually going to be perfect. A windrow there, that's 30 grand. I can't buy it outright, but I can definitely afford to lease that. There. And it only takes 75 horsepower to run the thing, which means I can put that on one of the small tractors. There, like that. I'm only using this one to go and to collect it. So if I can put this going on a small tractor, on one of the Fiats that we've got, sat in shed at the moment, then I can just come up here. There. Okay, I'm going to have to sort of bide my time and not go whizzing past the traffic that's oncoming. Yeah, if I put this onto one of the Fiats and have that one running up and down the field, just bring you out to there and unhitch you there like that, and then I can go over to this. It can be working his way up and down without any issues, I'm hoping. Chances are it may end up having some issues, but we'll see how it goes. See, this is just 25k. So slow, these Fiat 1300s, but they are 150 horsepower, so you should be able to pull this without any problem. And that means then I got fewer passes to do across the field, which is going to speed everything up immensely. I'm not going to worry about this bottom end bit. And I'm actually going to go over to this side of the field and start running up and down, because it's just going to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to do that. Move that little tiny bit there out the way. And then I'm going to bring you round like that, and I'm going to press H right there. Right. Hired help is working. I'll leave it there. And then I'll take this one, and I'm going to just pick up these bits here on the end of the field. Like this. Just these 3 runs right here, and then I'll run down the other end of the field and I'll do that, because I got a feeling that that could end up causing us some problems down there. I'm kind of tempted to go racing down there right now and do it. I won't. Let me get these first, and then we can always correct the thing later if it's going to cause us any problems. So I'm pick up these couple of passes here, because what it might do is go right up to the end of the field, and then it's going to sort of turn round and start heading back down, but it's only going to like see one line of this straw, and so then it's going to sort of work its way along the line and ignore the whole of the rest of the field. I've seen it do things like that before. You've all seen it do things like that before. Like, the hired help has no rhyme or reason to anything in this game sometimes. It literally just kind of It says, well, yeah, I see what you want me to do, but I don't really feel like it today. I'm just going to do absolutely nothing and be as unhelpful as I possibly can. You know, just because I feel like it. You know, I'm not a slave. You can't make me do anything that I don't want to do. But that one has actually done what I wanted to do, so I'm reasonably happy with that. Is it going to reach all the way across and do those 3 into 1? I say it's unlikely, but it might. Curious now. I don't know how far that one can reach. Oh! It's actually left the end rows. I didn't expect it to do that. I thought it would have actually picked the whole lot up and had trouble with it. But no, it doesn't seem to have done that. Okay. That's good. That's good. I like that. That one's turning round now. We'll see in a minute if he's going to be able to put the 3 rows into 1. If he can, ideal. That's even fewer passes that I've got to do across. Well, I don't think it actually matters, because it's whatever that one is going to be doing at the time. I go back this way. Let's go and have a look. There. No, not quite. So there's only going to be a little thin row on that one, but it looks like it's going to be 2 rows into 1 all the way across the field. I don't think there's going to be, at any point, I don't think the rake is going to be just doing one row into one, because we've got 5 meter spread on the thing. I don't think that we're going to have any issues with it sort of not doing 2 rows into one, and like it just moving one row by itself a little bit. Because they do sometimes. Let's bring that round there. You carry on now. I know you were blocked. I've got complete and total faith in your ability to get past that and correct what was happening. I'm going to just get this little bit here, just tidy that up, just so it doesn't panic. I get that bit there, and then there's that little tiny dollop of straw right there. So I'm on 16,000 litres so far, and I've got these end bits. Of course, we've also got the one up the top to do as well. Probably end up doing something similar to this. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. We'll like go and gather up there. I'll tell you what I could do, actually. If I go and get those now, I'll do one pass down across here, still doing 20k, and I'm picking up this straw a lot faster than I would be if I was having to go over it, and 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 know your TV, your computer, you haven't broken down. I was just repeating myself. That was all. See, this is much better. I'm wondering what it'd be like if we had an even bigger rake. There's bigger rakes. Have I got a bigger rake in here? I mean, there's that bad boy right there. That's 12.5 meters. That one's 15 meters. So that one would, in theory, do 3 into 1. And that one needs 110. Wow. We can actually afford that. Or you got the big bad boy here at 18 meters. And apparently it only needs 75 horsepower to pull it. I want to know if we can do... I want to use that one now. I want to use that one. I am... So, you know what? We're going to finish up this field right here. And then we are going to see if we can go and lease that one. So I'm not going to worry about going up the top and getting that. I want to see if we can get that big rake. Because if that big rake can go on one of these... It says 75 horsepower. I'm thinking that's a bit optimistic. But maybe it will. If we can put that huge, great big rake on here, because I'd like to have that one running. I'd like to have that one on the farm. If I'm going to be doing stuff with straw, if I'm going to be gathering up straw, once we get a little bit bigger, I probably won't be gathering up all the straw anyway. I'll probably just be chopping it and getting rid of it, because the amount of money that you get for the return is, like, for the work effort and so on, it's not really worth it. Not all the time. But that 18-meter rake, I am loving the idea of an 18-meter rake working our fields. I think that would be absolutely glorious. And this is good. Don't get me wrong, this is good. But I think it would be, if we can have an 18-meter one, so it's going to be faster than what this is. And that means there's fewer passes. And it doesn't matter how big the windrow is, we still do 20k up and down the field. So the size of the windrow doesn't matter. So the bigger the windrow that we can have, the better, so long as this machine can straddle the row and actually pick it up. And that's why you need kind of like a wide adjusted pickup. Because if you've got the really big windrower, it doesn't always pick everything up. That's where it starts to go horribly wrong. So I'm going to put you there. I'm going to actually stop you now. You're going to stop. I'm just going to unhitch that one there, and I'm going to return that one immediately. I'm not going to keep it any longer. We're going to go to leased items. It's you, and I'm going to return it. That one says it needs 75 horsepower. Oh, let's just double check that we can actually do this. That's 75. They don't need much power, do they? Right, you're 62,000. I've just gone up to 9.5 grand on there. I didn't see quite how much I got for that last one, but I was on like 3,000, I think. Can't remember now. So we'll check next time round. So there's you there on 14.8 meters. which would be a pretty good one. That's 110 horsepower. And then I've got this one here as a mod there. That's 130 horsepower and he's a 14-meter spread. There's the Krone Swadro 2000, which has been like the mainstay of many operations for a very long time for many people. 18-meter spread on it. It's 15. If I got one more load, I could actually go and buy this thing outright rather than leasing it. But, I mean, the leasing cost is $765. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to lease that bad boy right there. I'm not going to worry about buying it. So you can stop there a second. Why do you keep chucking straw out on the ground? Like, seriously. Maybe if I move you forward a bit. Yeah, like that. Every time I sideways into that combine, he dumps out a little bit more straw onto the ground. So let's dump that one off there a second. He's done his unloading there. I've got the other one. I've returned the first rake, and we're going to go and get the big old Krone Swadro, and we're going to see what this one can do. Curious about this now. I'm quite excited about this, because I used like the Krone Swadro is one that I've used a lot over the years for different tasks, and yeah, it's absolutely huge. It is massive. So, small fields, it is a little bit cumbersome to try and maneuver around the smaller fields, but it still fits. It still works. I don't really know what the mod is like, though. It seems heavy and cumbersome. Definitely seems quite heavy here. It's the wheels aren't following the tractor. Like, I don't have steering on the wheels. I'm hoping that when he's unfolded, we will get some steering on the wheels, and that it is just while he's driving along the road that we don't have that. Which I suppose is good, because if he is steering, the back does tend to swing out round a bit, which can cause problems. So I haven't returned the other one yet, as I want to just test this one here on the small tractor. It's got to be able to work with the small tractor. If it doesn't work with the small tractor, then this whole exercise is an exercise in futility. So let's bring you over here. Back you up there. Right. I can hitch it up. We've got that far. Now we go for the unfold. And this one, you would kind of do that to help it out a little bit, just to, like, help move the thing along, but I don't think we need to. It doesn't follow the wheels of the tractor. It doesn't have any steering assist on the actual back wheels of the machine, which, to my mind, is a little bit of a shame. I'd rather it did, but, you know, we can live with that. So let's go here. That is going to be either 3 rows or 4 rows going into one on this one. That tractor is genuinely struggling to pull that. So even though it says it requires 75 horsepower, it actually requires a considerably larger amount of horsepowers than it's saying, unless... What is the work speed of that one? Is it 18? It says 25k. That is not 25k. It's built up to 6k. Like, despite the fact that that is putting 4 rows into one, this tractor just is not able to pull it. Which, I gotta be honest, is bitterly disappointing. So let me just drop that one down there a second, and I'll unhitch it. And then we'll pull that one out. I think we've relived enough glory days just for a moment. We're going to take a breather. We're going to have a little bite to eat. And then we can get back to it, nice and refreshed, and relive a few more glory days. There should be some names coming up right now that you can have a look at. It's names of people who are in the Great Book of Names, people who have supported this channel, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.